Friday Arvo shed beers, what could be better? New bling for the bike, that is what could be better. So what do we got? Foot pegs, case saver, oh, and some boring old chain rollers. Yeah, I know some of you guys have been having a crack at my foot pegs, saying that I need to upgrade them. These are the stock Tenere ones. I've taken the rubber things out of them. They're okay. What I like about these is they're not too aggressive. They don't ruin my boots, and they seem to be holding up pretty well. You know, I've dropped the bike on these quite a few times, and they're still in one piece. But I will be honest, they are too narrow. Even for my little feet, they're just not wide enough. So good old NICECNC have come through with some bear traps. Look at these bloody things. Now they didn't have any in black at the time, so I've had to go with the blue. They will, however, match my valve caps, almost. But yeah, I might end up slapping some black paint on these once I've done the install video. So these are pretty cool. If you have a look at the comparison in size there, they are substantially wider this way, and also you've got probably an extra 5-6 mil width this way. So obviously, you know, these are aluminium alloy. They look a little bit flimsy to me. There's not a lot of support in there, but we'll see how they go. No doubt they're going to get beaten up pretty well on the T7. We do have replaceable studs or cleats or whatever you call them, and we did get a couple of spares in a little baggie there. So we're fitting those up today, and also the case saver. They did have this one in black, thankfully. There's a little bit of weight in that. I'm going to put that on the scales just to see how much it does weigh. It is aluminium, of course. The only thing I'm a little bit curious about is why this part didn't continue all the way down here. Obviously we're going to get you know, case protection up here, the top, but not at the front. So it is, I think it's more of a sprocket cover than a case saver per se, but it definitely going to look a lot cooler than the old plastic dunga, which mine is broken anyway. Big hole in it right there. And then the chain rollers, these guys don't have any bearings or anything, they're just basically some kind of hard plastic, but the stock ones are pretty much the same deal anyway. So I mean, there's what, almost 40,000 Ks on these stock chain rollers. They're still going okay, but thought I'd replace them anyway. What the heck, they're pretty cheap. First of all, we're gonna have to take off this damn cotter pin. I hate these things, but anyway. I mean, come on, manufacturers, it's 2023, surely there's better solutions than these f***ing things. I hate them. Sorry for whinging, but they are pretty stupid. 1822 technology, I would say, right there. Alright, so look guys, foot pegs are very freaking easy. They're all pretty much the same process. Pull this pin out, have a spring back in there. I know you guys probably want to know the weight difference between these, so we'll go and grab the scales. Alright, let's get all bloody technical here. Turn it on first, dickhead. Alright, stock peg, 258 grams. That's a pretty solid, hefty chunk of aluminium or whatever it is. The NICECNC peg, 149, so about 100 grams lighter. Well, man, we are saving some serious weight here today. Alright, so getting back to the fitting. Spring. I don't know guys, this is pretty advanced stuff. You may want to get your mechanic to actually do this for you. I'm kidding. This is about as easy as it gets. You might want to put some grease on that. I normally wouldn't. I'll put a little bit of this crap on it just to keep the whingers happy. You know, this stuff just wears straight off anyway. Washes straight off, whatever. Alright, beautiful. Just going to reuse the old cotter pin. not going to fold it over right now because, as I said, I'm going to be doing something with that blue. I'm not a big fan of the blue. They do come in black, of course. I think they've restocked them now, but I was too impatient, so I've got the blue. And yeah, I don't know, I'll probably just end up painting it black. I know the paint will wear off, but the anodizer is going to wear off anyway. So I will, of course, let you guys know how these go in a future video, in a ride video, and in a crash video, see how well they stand up. Hopefully they'll be okay. Yeah, the other side's, well, obviously very much exactly the same. We'll go ahead and fit the sprocket cover next. Alright, so we do need to take the old one off first. Obviously, I think all we need for that is a 5mm Allen key. As I have mentioned in previous videos, I did snap off the stud when my chain derailed at some point. So I've only got 2 bolts here to undo. You'll probably have 3. Unless you've broken yours as well. One thing I didn't mention about the foot pegs too, guys, all these studs are actually thread locked, which is not too bad for, you know, a product at this price point. Obviously they should be thread locked, but it's always a pleasant surprise to see that they have been. Alright, so you can remove your shift linkage if you want to. I'm hoping that I don't have to, and I'm not too sure if we still use this thing. I think we would. As you can see here, mine's been bodged on because that stud's not there to hold it in place anymore, so I've had to add some zip ties here to hold it onto that stud. Before we go any further, we'll just weigh these guys. I can tell immediately that this plastic thing is going to be a lot lighter. 92 grams for that one. The aluminium NICECNC, 506 grams. So we've just undone all the weight savings from the foot pegs. Alright guys, so I've had a bit of struggle here with this, but I think because everything on my bike is butchered and broken now pretty much. If I ever end up selling it, just forget you heard that, okay? But because this stud here is gone, and I've had to zip tie this onto here, this part here of the CNC guard, which is normally bolted here, wouldn't go in there because of those zip ties and shit in the way. So I've taken that off. I don't think it's really necessary anyway with that there. So I'm hoping, and I think that'll mean that I'll be able to take this on and off without removing the linkage, because that little bit was the only thing that was stopping it from going on. So yeah, without that there in the way, goes on perfect. So yeah, I'll go ahead and thread lock the bolts for that and stick it on. So yeah, I mean, you guys will have to be the judge of whether or not it's worth putting one of these on. As I said, it would have been good if the protection went all the way down the front. I would have preferred if they had have replaced the rubber stock thing in there with solid aluminium, but we don't always get what we want. Torque these up to spec. Alright, that is installed. Beautiful. Looks pretty damn good. If you're all about the bling, I mean, come on, looks better than that thing. Alright, so we'll feed the old charcoal canister thingy down through there. To put my linkage back on. Are you kidding me? I can't even get to that now. I definitely won't be able to get the socket on it. Just get this thing on there. See, I'll tell you guys the truth about this stuff. Nice bit of kit, but that's annoying, and the fact that it doesn't come down the front. So now in reality, I'm not going to have to take that off to get to the front sprocket cover anyway, now that that other thing's gone. And if you don't have a broken mess here like I do, you'll probably be okay anyway. Alright, if you want to install these chain rollers, pretty self-explanatory. This is how they come out. of the bike. Pretty much you need a 12mm on each end to undo that, and then we reuse this metal sleeve. That'll go into the new one. I'll put a bit of grease on that, whack it in, and then mount it up to the bike. Same for the top and bottom. Simples. They're a little bit of a loose fit on these sleeves, but that'll do the job. Probably don't want too much grease, it does tend to attract dirt. Alright, it's finally stopped raining long enough to get out and quickly road test these foot pegs, so let's do it. Feels, I feel good sitting down, obviously. Standing up will be the real test. Changing gears, there's no worries. Go ahead and stand up. Oh, mate. I don't want to say it, but yeah, I probably should have upgraded to wider pegs a long time ago. So yeah, it's definitely a lot more comfortable. I think, you know, when you're standing up for quite a while, it's going to make a hell of a lot of difference. So with those narrow stock pegs, obviously, you know, you've kind of really got to squish your feet in, your legs inwards towards the bike. Fucking peak hour in the hood. I'm not going to be testing them off-road today, but it won't be long before I'm heading out the bush and giving them a good workout. Some rough stuff. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure we can still get the 10% off with the MVDBR10 code on all these products at NICECNC.com, so if you're interested, check them out. Thanks again to NICECNC for sending me some cool gear to check out and show you guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Oh, I forgot to mention, I can feel the horsepower gains from this sprocket cover too, man. At least 10 to 15 horsepower. As you can see, I've gotten rid of the blue off those foot pegs. Also filed down the cleats on there a bit, just so they you know, don't ruin my boots quite so much. And oh, there's still heaps of grip on that. That's yeah, really good. Anyway, cool.